Hey, what's up, everybody? We are back again, and today we're going to be talking about a topic that people have asked me to cover time and time again. But to be honest with you, I haven't really known how to approach it because, unlike the usual scammers and weirdos that I cover on this channel, I don't really have the full scope or story of what's going on here. But to give you the rundown, there's an artist known as RÜMI Lavigne who I've been aware of for a couple months at this point. He's basically a trap metal artist that comes from Chicago who's not all that big but is somewhat well known within the community. There's a lot of talk of him having beef with another artist known as Jayton Satan, although I don't really know too much about that, not sure if it's street related or just a personal issue. But either way, I've been aware of RÜMI for quite a while, and I actually do like some of his music. I think it's a little unique compared to a lot of the just straight out screaming that you hear in the trap metal scene nowadays. So needless to say, I was a little bit surprised when he started posting on his Instagram talking about a situation where he was supposedly involved in a graping. But before we jump into this, I do want to give you full context. This took place during the Zillikami situation, that's why I didn't cover it at the time, and since then I haven't really known how to cover it, so I've been putting it off. But that's also to say that during the Zillikami situation, everybody was basically looking for the next person to tear down because everybody was so upset to see him get involved in all that, Pedro activity as well as a little bit of graping. And this is a really weird situation where we're not getting the story from any of the accusers, we're only getting the story from the person who was accused, so he's definitely going to be a little bit biased. We might not be able to get the full scope of what's going on here. So I'm really not going to throw my own opinion in there too much. I'm only going to read out what I see, and then you can form your own opinion at the end of the video. And if anything else comes out about this story in the following months, I'll definitely do a follow-up, although I kind of doubt it because, like I said, this all went down a couple months ago. So without further ado, we'll just get into it. He starts off by posting this wall of text saying, "A few months ago, there was a situation involving me and Essence that has raised a lot of concern within our scene. Given my current status and how I left the punk scene, I feel it's important to clarify what happened, especially since the initial explanation came from somebody who wasn't present and they heard it from other people who weren't there. First and foremost, Essence and I did not have sex. There was no penetration, kissing, or any forceful encounter. Most of the night we were basically cuddling. I was caressing them, but I believe I took it too far, which made them uncomfortable. I understand that. They did not inform me in the moment that they were uncomfortable and told me that what was happening was okay. They were originally helping me walk and stay together all night because we were at a bar and I couldn't re-enter due to my intoxication. When things became more physical, I got too touchy on multiple levels, but consent was given and I was told by Essence it's fine if you don't think of it in a weird way. The claim that they alerted someone is false, and the person they supposedly informed has confirmed that they weren't told anything. Me and Essence at the time were friends, and we came to the bar together with our other friend who witnessed everything. This wasn't something new, we went often around that time together." They later explained that they realized they actually weren't comfortable with what happened, which is completely valid. Sometimes we don't realize some of our boundaries until later. "I am truly sorry for what happened to Essence. Many important details are being left out and things are getting twisted. Things that were posted by the Popstar account were not true at all, and actually were just twisted versions of the story of what happened with Essence. This is something that happened privately between our friend group and should have stayed that way because that's what she wanted, and because there's more to the story on everyone in the friend group's part that wouldn't make sense to the outside parties. I do have a history with alcohol and substance abuse, which isn't an excuse at all, but I do believe if I wasn't so intoxicated I would have noticed that Essence was uncomfortable despite what she told me. I've been working on my drinking problem since this happened because I never want to make anyone, especially my friends, feel like that again. The partner's friend, as well as my girlfriend and other friends who found out, held me accountable for my actions afterwards. Additionally, someone even asked me about texting a 17-year-old minor, which is completely false. These are accusations entirely made up and have no basis in reality. The internet blog Popstar Presents is spreading false information. This person told us they wouldn't drive us home unless we recorded videos with them, and she attempted to get us to perform lewd acts with them on camera. That's why me and my friends were both very uncomfortable. I apologize to everybody involved, but this situation is not what it is being made out to be. I have received apologies and statements from both Essence and their partner multiple times. I am willing to take accountability, but the story being told has been distorted beyond recognition." By the way, that page that he's talking about called Popstar Presents, I went on their page at the time to look for the story and it was already taken down, and I even looked recently and I still can't find it, so unfortunately I can't show you the original accusation. After that, he goes on to show messages between him and who I assume must be Essence, saying, "Oh my god, I'm not calling him a rapist. I don't know who the is taking my words out of context, but Bella and Tate texted me asking what happened, saying that somebody told them what happened, so I assumed it was Jade. It wasn't, and they wouldn't tell me who. Zakima is making a post. I don't know who the is telling Popstar. I don't know who the told Zakima of all people. I don't talk to Zakima. I'm not friends with Zakima. I don't even like Zakima. Thank you, bruh. Spoke on it months ago at this point. I don't know what else to say. I'm just kind of done with all this at this point. I know that you're trying to fix things and move on and stuff, because I am too, but I decided to drop out of the show because I'm just done with all of this. Man, this has kind of killed my spark and drive to even continue on, because this type of shit has happened too much over the past few years, and I'm just kind of over it, dog. Now, I ain't expect for you to even be on it, and I was more surprised than upset, really. And it wasn't even my call to get you removed, because they called me about it at first, and I just kind of can't anymore, dude. I hope you continue to take care of yourself and find a way to make, and then it cuts off after that. Now, I assume those messages probably were between Rummy and a promoter who kicked him off a show. Basically, he's trying to show that because these rumors are now spreading, he's losing opportunities in his musical career, which is what happens when rumors start to spread. We then have Rummy's actual explanation underneath the post saying, I want to address a situation that has raised a lot of concern. The first screenshot included is a screenshot of Essence clarifying that the person who originally posted it, Zakame, blew everything out of context and wasn't informed by Essence. Essence wanted to keep this private and didn't inform any of the people involved that day. The second slide is a statement from her partner. Okay, so apparently I was wrong. It was her partner who was on the second slide, not a promoter, but you can see where I got confused. I'm incredibly sorry for any confusion and just glad everything could be cleared up. Please do not send Essence threats or engage with her negatively. I don't dislike Essence at all and I want her to be left alone. Let's move forward with respect and understanding. So he ended up posting all of that, and then an entire day goes by and he starts posting on his story saying, hey guys, I can't thank you guys enough right now for the support plus positive responses I've been receiving. Been taking a little bit to let people view the post before I take it down, just so everybody gets the gist, as well as just to relax my mind before I go back to posting. I do ask though that once I go back to normal that you guys remain calm with everybody involved regardless of what happened or what they said during it, trying to pretty much move forward. I'll be back to posting normal tomorrow and promoting my new song Love Bug, so till then, see ya. After that he goes on to post 1K story views is insane before then promoting a magazine, and honestly this is the only part that I find kind of funny, that he's flexing that so many people were looking at his story related to something so vulgar, and then he goes on to promote something else off the back of that. But honestly I respect the hustle, and if everything's cleared up, well, I guess you might as well seize the moment, I'm gonna be honest, but it is kind of funny. Unfortunately after that it doesn't seem to end, because apparently Zakame still has more to say, posting that he's actually a rapist, by the way, just to let y'all know. He responds saying, who the hell even is this? I've only had X with like 3 people in my entire life. He then goes on to say, literally the same person saying this asked me and my friends to get on our knees and do stuff for them and tried to record us. Like, bro, what? He then goes on to post more Facebook comments saying he has multiple accusations against them as well, just a PSA, and then somebody responds saying he has currently 2 accusations against him and another woman has come out recently with an allegation. He then responds saying, Risha, literally another person who was around me the entire time up until you just tweaked. I don't know who the hell y'all got up here saying shit about me, lol, but these are all people who have tried to fuck with me or my friends in the past. Like, at least tell a better lie next time. He then goes on to post, okay, I love you guys, but this situation is not as dire as it seems. I appreciate the concern of the community by taking action and doing what you guys can to help. The situation is about an old friend of mine, literally no idea who the other girls are, so I know that's 100% false. After that, he posts 2 more stories, one saying the situation took place about a few months ago where the 3 of us, me, the friend, plus our friend named Ormo, mind you, this is the same person who let their so-called partner, friend, do all this type of acts with them. In a nutshell, we were all at a bar out to drink with friends. Another part of the lie was my girlfriend being there at the time. She was not there at all. When I tell you nothing that happened involved penetration or any type of actual, I literally mean it. She was never coerced. She was even asked multiple times if she was fine. Basically, I had gotten spinny drunk as usual because of my tendency to abuse alcohol and substances, and I needed somebody to lay on and kind of carry me on the train. Their side of the story insists that they were uncomfortable the entire time, but I literally asked if they were fine from beginning to end. I do agree that I made them uncomfortable by grabbing their thigh and holding on to them, and I do agree that I was way more touchy than I should have been. However, again, I asked to do everything I was doing the entire time up until they did finally get up and move by getting off the train. I apologized to them and their partner several times afterwards, the day after, as well as when I sobered up. I realized that I probably did make them uncomfortable. However, again, there was no no penetration, etc., just uncomfortable cuddling. Mind you, again, the same person Popstar Presents who's saying I was aggressive and all the other shit was the same person begging me to do stuff with them on camera. That made me and my friends very uncomfortable. Literally, if we didn't want to do it, she didn't even want to drive us home. And that's pretty well lit. And honestly, I don't know what's going on with all of that. It seems like there's a lot of different angles of this story, a lot of weird stuff going on, and a lot of accusations flying on both ends. I honestly think his initial response was very well put together. He addressed the allegation, actions, he took responsibility, he didn't throw anybody under the bus, and he even tried to stop his fans from harassing anybody. While the stories that he posted were a little bit more aggressive, which honestly I understand as well, because if people are attacking your character in the way that they're attacking his, I would definitely also be lashing out and be a little bit upset. It tends to make me believe his story a little bit more by him being so aggressive, because comparing him to Zilla, who was so dismissive and didn't really care and was a little bit snarky about it, I don't feel like that's how you would act when put in a situation like this. And as for all the people who hit me up and said they wanted to cut ties with him or they wouldn't listen to his music anymore, all because the situation went down in general, I would honestly give this another look and come to your own conclusion, because in my opinion, I think he handled it pretty well. Like I said, I would still have to see the other side of things before I came to a full conclusion, but as of right now, I would say that RÜMI is innocent until proven guilty, and right now he hasn't been proven guilty. It's good to see a lot of these scumbags get called out for their terrible actions and get removed from the scene, but at the same time, do remember that false accusations do exist, and sometimes things get blown out of proportion. I'm not saying that's what happened in this situation, but it's perfectly possible that it is. So next time you get super cancel happy and get ready to tear somebody down, take a few minutes to look at what they're saying, look at both sides of the story, and come to your own conclusion. I mean, look at what happened with Killstation and Brennan Savage. Everybody at the time was saying, oh my god, Killstation is the next one, he's the next one after Zilla Kami. Everybody was getting ready to come at his throat, and then it came out that Brennan Savage was literally lying with absolutely no evidence whatsoever. But yeah guys, that's basically the whole story as of right now. If I find the other part of it, I definitely will post a follow-up video on that, but as of right now, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.